Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to Wholesale Hotties, the place where ladies in real estate are talking about real estate. I'm your host and MC, Sharon-Lee Smith, together with all my favorite hotties, Donda Molinex. Hi, Donda.
Hi.
Monique down below me. Hi, Monique. And Jen Stewart over there in the corner. And today, even though our intro said we are live, we are not live. This is recording. We are recording this on Tuesday to air on Thursday, Thanksgiving, which is a fantastic day of the year. And I think that maybe we should start off with talking about that. It is definitely my favorite holiday. And I have been planning all week all the lovely things I'm going to cook because I love to cook. And I went to the store today to get some sweet potatoes. And girls, I am not kidding you. There was a sweet potato the size of my thigh. It was huge. I had to buy it. So I bought this huge, gigantic sweet potato.
Did you buy it?
I did. I took a picture. I sent it to my son. I'm like, I bought you a sweet potato the size of my thigh. He just died laughing. It was gigantic, and so I had to have it because that's how I roll. It just made me think though about abundance and about gratitude and some of the things that like this year for me have just been pivotal and spectacular. So as you ladies know, I had this heart attack and dealt with a lot of depression at the beginning of the year, and then this heart attack happened, and so then I've been dealing with all this healing. And in the midst of all that, I've been doing so much growing. I've been attending a grief counseling group, so there's like 8 of us working on ourselves together and whatnot, and that has just opened my eyes to so many things. It's been so just fantastic, like learning and healing some of the old stuff that I forgot or just didn't want to deal with. And I'm just like I'm in this place where I wake up every morning and I'm just so grateful that I'm waking up again. You know what I mean? And it's like a bizarre feeling where like you're just grateful to be breathing still. And I love it. And I'm loving life and I'm feeling good about everything. Like this week at cardiac rehab, I'm sorry, last week technically, I actually hit a whole mile like jogging on the treadmill, like straight. I haven't done that in years, like jogging a whole mile straight.
That's
so
awesome.
Like that's fantastic. I feel great.
Great.
Anyway, I'm grateful to be alive. Yeah. What are you all grateful for? Donda, let's start with you.
I am grateful for you ladies, of course. It's been amazing that we've done this for a year, and it's just nice to have ladies to talk to, and we all work we get so busy and stuff.
God, yeah.
Even though it's one day a week, it's still just such a blessing that we have that time. And then my amazing husband, I'm grateful for that.
Our biggest fan. We're grateful for him too. So totally. Every week we know we have at least one viewer.
Yeah. Like you, Sharon, I'm just grateful to be able to get up in the morning and know that I've got a day ahead of me, that because each day is not promised. And my mom is 84 and I get to call her every morning and we get to talk probably for about an hour typically. And
that's fantastic. I
it's
try to not talk to my mother for a full hour.
My mom and I have so much to talk about. You wouldn't think every day, but we do. But we're both just we talk about what we're grateful for and how our days are going and what we got going on, and it's just nice to be able to do that. And and I was just, after I got off the call, I was just thankful to God for having that opportunity to still have my mom around. And so many people aren't that fortunate, So
Amen.
Yeah,
that's very true.
And a beautiful home that I got over sub-2 deal, and just I don't know, we just have so much that we're grateful for and blessed, and it's in our families and the support of this family. So thank you, ladies.
Amen. Jen, what about you?
Thank you for asking. This year in particular, I am grateful for the peace of Christ. I lost my ability to walk at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
My surrogate father passed away.
Yeah.
A horrible, slow death of cirrhosis, which is really the worst way to go I've ever seen anyone go. And because it breaks your bones, your brain is full of toxins. You're not even the same person. You can't even get up to use the bathroom. And this was a man who served as a family physician for almost 40 years and mine for 20 years. So, and then I lost a best friend. I lost my sister-in-law who was younger than me. All three of my pets died this year. One ran away, one from old age. And then the economy, as you guys know, has been really difficult. And so I'm like, okay, Lord.
Right.
Okay,
I
Lord.
can't do this anymore.
I've got my children. They're still healthy, praise God. And I have my husband, which next year for us will be 25 years together. So I'm grateful for that. And he's trying to quit smoking, and he's been smoking for 32 years at least, which is dating us, but it is what it is. And so that is just, I am just brought to my knees with humility. And also whenever I broke my ankle, it was like all my friends that I thought were my friends just scattered to the four winds when my life wasn't a party anymore. Because I've always treated my life like a party. I love to have fun. It doesn't mean it wasn't wholesome, but it was fun. We're telling a lot of jokes, being very fashionable, traveling like that. I mean, I always made money to basically live the most full and fun life that a human being can live in the age that we live in, because life, as you know, is kind of painful and boring. And I knew I was going to get older, so I just wanted to enjoy my life. So it's basically what I've done the last 20 years. But now I'm leading a more quiet Christian life, and it's interesting because my business is exploding. Because I'm very focused, right? And I wake up, my routine is solid. My life has never been more lame and boring, but I've never been happy, right? So, I mean, I get up, I do an hour of fasting cardio, like we talked about, Sharon. I'm listening to books on tape about business or the Bible while I'm on my elliptical, and then I do my meetings all day. And I want to share this one thing real quick, because if no one else remembers anything else I've ever said, I hope people remember this because I distilled it today. The people and the colleagues I know who are grateful when they interact are the ones who make the most money and keep the most money. Think about everyone you've ever interacted with in business, whether it was a contractor, from contractors to cold callers to bankers. Anyone who ever took you for granted and didn't say thank you, where are they at now? Go back 10, 20 years. Where are those people at who were not grateful with you and the things that you did for them? Everyone who was not ever grateful with me, looking back 10, 8 years, even 5 years, they are all out of business. And everyone who was grateful are making a ton of money. And so I feel like no matter where you're at, if we choose gratitude, our future will continue to go up and up and up. And so I just want to leave it with that and say thank you for letting me be here with you guys for the community that I need very badly, especially after this year, just being transparent. So thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Awesome. All right, Miss Monique.
Hot lips. Follow that.
Pretty hot lips. We're just going to call you hot lips from now on. It is Thanksgiving. What are you thankful?
It's kind of funny how you hear over and over, the more you give, the more you get. And you're scrambling in life and you're trying to make ends meet. Things happen. I had a huge embezzlement go on and things happen. Life tanked. Very broken, in life. And I began to follow the path that I was being nurtured, which is give, give, give. And I plugged myself in a little bit too much. I was in situations where, I don't know if I have time for this, I don't have time for that. But I just kept plugging in and becoming a leader for other people and helping them get their businesses situated and their deals, and pouring into other people in real estate and business and their lives in my company, the team members that I have, and making sure that their lives were filled as much as I could pour into it anyways in different ways. And as I did that, things just started opening up doors for me because, I do these Zooms where it's like know your owners, and people come in and they get to know each other. And pretty soon I know so many that, hey, I've got this going on. I've got this. You want to be a part of this? You want to be part of that? And now I've got people that we're working with to buy multifamily homes. And I was blessed with the opportunity. I have a 17-year-old who has been wanting a male mentorship to buy real estate. And that just started just started happening, and things happened. And now we're working together, and they're calling him um baby mogul. And
That's awesome.
it's cute. Yes. And it's fun. And it's like things are just just growing that I can't even stop.
Yeah.
And fun things. So I'm just grateful this year I've been taught and learned a lesson of nurturing, of being
Yeah.
nurtured, allowing myself to be nurtured. And I'm not alone, just like, people that I work with, you're not alone. And being able to just pour into other people so that I see fruit in them. And through that, I get to have smiles on my face that just also then pour back onto me. Not that that's why I was doing it, but it just, like, you hear that's going to be, oh, yeah, yeah, okay. But then when you see it, you're like, wow, you're so grateful. So, so, so grateful in a different way, too.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, exactly like what I was saying. It's different from what,
Hmm.
I've experienced before in my life. And it's beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Uh,
Because you get to have people, like I had one girl come up to me out of the blue. We were all at an event, and she came and she just ran up to me. She gave me the biggest hug ever, and she goes, you changed my life. Thank you. Thank
yeah.
you. And I was like, in the
That's so
beginning
cute.
when I first started working with her, I was like, oh man, not her, but anything, it was just laborious at times.
It's a
And then
lot.
then when you hear that, you're like, oh, what did I do? I'm so thankful that I helped somebody and that they get to have a better life because something that I don't even know I was doing.
Yeah.
True. No,
That's awesome.
I love it.
Super awesome.
Yeah. So.
That makes me think of too, just, I mean, like Donda was saying, just being here like every week, or, we have a group text chat or whatever. And just like you were saying, Monique, just the interaction and pouring into each other and being able to give back to others as well as each other, like plugging into a community, and especially of us ladies, is just super um, life changing, right? Like Donna was saying, like when we work by ourselves, we're alone all day, all the
Yes.
time,
All the
and
time.
like it feels so like you're not alone, right? But
Right.
you
Right.
do feel alone,
Mhm.
and when you have these, um, you know, relationships. I'm so grateful that I can, I have a deal going on right now, and I'm like, who do I know that could provide someone that might know somebody of influence, right? And I texted Jen because I know that she deals with these top clients, right? And because I know, right? And so it's all these things, like just having, and I feel more, friendship. You guys are my
Yeah.
friends. You know what I mean? You're not my
Yes.
colleagues. Like, yes, you're my colleagues, but you're my friends. And
Right.
like that, it's life changing. And you
I
don't
was,
think that, right? When you're just like, oh, I'm making friends, but it really is.
It is.
Like it's
Mhm.
profoundly life changing when I go to the hospital and I'm in and I'm getting texts from Donda, how are you feel? Are you okay? Or from Jen, what's going on? Is everything all right? You know what I mean? And I'm like, whoa, I have people that care about me.
Mhm.
And it's not just about money or about
No.
knowledge and what I can get. You know what I mean? And dude, it's fantastic. And like Jen, you were saying, like you see these people fall away that you thought were friends or you thought were close to you. And, you know, I certainly had plenty of friends that I thought were friends. But I'm sitting in the hospital and I didn't get texts from them.
Yeah.
You know?
It's a brutal reality.
Right? And I'm like, what? Okay. All right.
But those toxic relationships, they just kind of start falling away.
They fall away.
And even not even toxic, just superficial.
You don't realize it. You don't realize the energy they have is tearing you down, taking you apart until it's gone. And all of a sudden you're seeing things in a different light. And you're still not alone. I mean, and people behind you are saying, you're not alone.
Right.
And having that kind of companionship, friendship, relationship is just so much different.
It really is.
Yeah. Those doors that needed to be closed. And I think they was just telling your time that they really weren't worthy of it, obviously. And like you said, they just weed themselves out. And then you it's more important to have 5 close friends than it is to have tons of friends, because
oh
for sure. Sure. And people like I know that I can call and ask questions of, or you know, so like not just friends, but friends on that level,
right?
Like, you know what I mean? I am thinking about buying, because I've been in HVAC before. I'm thinking about buying an HVAC company. I know I could probably call on Monique and talk to her about ops, right? And ask some questions, because I think I have an idea, but I can rely on that, you know, and I know that. And and that's really, it's something I'm so grateful for. So anyway, I'm not sure if we should move on. We probably should move on. I don't know. We had talking about the different things happening right now that are big in the news. So, like, recent announcement, not last week, but the week before, was this new 50-year mortgage. What do you guys think of that? What do you think is going to happen with that? How do you think that will change things? Is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? Like, what's your thoughts on it? Jen's already smiling. I know she's chomping at the bit. Go.
Only because I have that meeting in 3 minutes, because we're filming this report, and so I put it into my calendar, but I wasn't sure what time we were having this meeting. So that's 100% on me. I should have verified that.
That's okay.
So for the 50-year, what I haven't heard anyone say yet, so I'm just going to say something I haven't heard anyone say online yet that was my first thought, and that is, if we do get 50-year mortgages approved, I think that's just going to make prices go up. I think at first it might be pretty sweet. Like, oh man, I've got this $300K house for 50 years. And so I can really cash flow that until the market catches up to the 50-year being a standard. And then we're going to see prices become so ridiculous, possibly, to where the 50-year is no longer an advantage except to the banks, right? So I think it's going to catch up. I think the prices, if it does go through, is going to catch up to the 50-year mortgage. Now, you want to be the first 3-4 months in? Heck yeah, I'll take those rentals all day. But once prices catch up to that being the norm, I think it's just kind of a lifelong servitude deal. Because I don't know about you, but part of my financial plan as someone in my 60s and 70s is having a paid off house for my homestead.
Yeah.
That is part of my financial plan to help beat inflation versus renting.
Yeah. And I think that it really, for like the everyday person, not investor, but everyday person, it becomes handcuffs, right? Because you're paying, but you know amortization, right? The beginning of that, the first several years of your payments, it's mostly interest and just a little bit of principal. The longer this mortgage is, whether 15-year, 30-year, 40-year, now 50 years, that time that you're just mostly paying principal is now expanding and expanding and expanding. And so then you go to resell if you need, and you can't, because you still owe so much on the property you're not going to get anything out of it. You're never going to build equity, or the common person isn't going to build equity, right?
Yeah, because they typically only hold their properties, 5 to 7 years, I think is when I was talking to a lender last week about this. And he said, yeah, 5 to 7 years. There's no equity when you're paying, basically you're paying interest the first probably 20 years. I mean, the big chunk of it with out over 50 years.
So I have a little bit of a different spin on it, and I'll share that with you. So if you look at loans typically, and I overheard some of my team members, and they were talking about that loan, and they said, "Oh, they just don't want us to ever."
Bye,
Jen.
bye, Jen.
Bye, Jen. I'm sorry you can't see. Thanks for coming.
They don't ever want us to pay off the loans.
Right.
That's why we're doing this. And so that's
100%.
okay, let's look at this differently. Now think about paying a mortgage as an investor or as a person who just has a loan on a house, and they're going to have that, a house. As we pay down our loans, whether it's 30 years, 15 years, 50 years, my goal is I would rather put down the lion's share of my money broken up into 10 different properties rather than putting it all in one property and have all this equity. Because I have 10 properties now paying me money every month versus one property that I hope to have equity in 10 years where I got to live in it. So I look at it kind of at a different perspective in that level, on top of the fact that if you're paying this loan for a long length of time, any year, 15, 30, 50, and you have all this equity, most people tend to not, they go get a HELOC or they get a second or they do something with that money and they use it for something else, but they're always in a loan constantly and they never pay off their house, or they sell it, they go to now the equity play is a little bit different, but the fact that you're constantly in, you never really, most people, not all, most people don't pay off their loans where they have zero that they own or they owe at the end of the day anyways. So if you elongate that to 50 years, you have more money up front to go invest in other properties if you take that perspective on.
1,000%. I actually agree with you. So for the everyday person, I think it's a terrible product. I think it's going to entice people to purchase houses that really can't afford it in the first place, and it's handcuffs for them. But for the
they can't afford it now anyways. Nobody's affording houses anyways right now, and they're having to go co-living. They can't even buy houses. So I see this as opening the door for the person who's not an investor to be able to actually buy a house. These young kids get to buy a house. Otherwise, they're not even. I don't mean to interrupt you, but I'm just
no. Go ahead.
I agree with Monique.
I do all the time.
I agree with Monique on this because I thought, and this is the lender and I were having this conversation, and I said, but the thing is, like you said, Monique, a lot of these young kids can't afford it now. 50 years, at least they're having something go towards something, and and you're going to have to live in it most all your whole life if you want a house paid off. But it is what it is. It's or pay rent the rest of your life. So I mean, I can see where it can be a benefit for them just to get into a home, but but
it's handcuffs. They're stuck in that house pretty much so they better find the right one from the beginning, or else they're,
But as you get older, you make more money. Things happen. I mean, I guess I don't see it I see it as a opportunity versus a handcuff, because a handcuff.
And prices are going to continue to go up. I mean, it will always go up. So they're going to eventually build some equity in it. But especially if they want to move in the first 5 to 7 years, that could be a problem for them.
That might be a big issue.
Right. So that's
where I totally agree with you that it's a great product for an investor. Why? Because now it's 50 years, your monthly payment is going to be lower. And so your cash flow is going to be better.
Yeah.
And you can buy more houses.
Exactly. And your monthly income will be higher. So I do like it for that, for sure.
And if somebody who buys a house, and a lot of people want to do the investing, if they can look at it as, okay, I want to move in 5 to 7 years. Well, I've got a 50-year loan on here. The payment's low enough where I can move somebody in and rent it I can now exit into another house if they can't sell it to get the cash out to buy another house, then they can buy another house and they can keep renting that one out and they've got a cash flow that pays their other house payment.
Sure.
Right.
But
And
now you have
that's where we come in to teach them.
right. But now you have that situation where you have that we have going on now, where there's so many people trapped in these, 2, 3, 4% interest rates that they don't want to get out of, but they do need to move. And now they're like the accidental landlord, and they not necessarily wanted to do that or know how to do that, or all the things, and they're struggling. But you're right, that does afford us an opportunity to mentor, to train, or to step in and buy some too, or to all those things. So
yeah.
Interesting. What do you think of this concept of the walking mortgage? Have you heard of that?
I have.
You cut out.
Oh, have you heard of the concept of the walking mortgage?
I haven't.
Walking mortgage. I want to hear
more.
The portable one?
The portable mortgage, exactly. So a few days or so after this 50-year mortgage made headlines, then people started talking about this concept of the portable mortgage.
Oh, I think we were talking about, it goes with you.
Right. And so you've applied, you've qualified for this mortgage on this house. Now you got to move. The mortgage comes with you.
The banks aren't going to like that, though. They're going to fight that because they want fees. They want money. I would think.
I'm sure it would be. I would think it would be similar to a refi, right? And now you're taking your mortgage, you're refiing it and putting it on the next one. I would think that would be similar. So they would get fees for the refi or fees for the moving of the mortgage,
which is cheaper for the person moving. I mean, that definitely has less fees usually, a refi.
I would think so. Mm-hmm. And they're keeping the interest rate that they had.
Right.
So, they've got this fantastic, 2, 3, 4% interest rate. Now they want to move. They're going to move it with them. I think that's a great idea in that, there's so many people not selling right now because they've got this fantastic rate and they're like, I'm never going to get this again. So, you know what I mean? And so I think if that becomes a thing, it will shake loose so much inventory and create a lot of opportunities for us to be able to buy things that, weren't selling before because people didn't want to sell, didn't want to lose their interest rate, I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, I don't know how that's going to play out either because I mean, I definitely see what you're saying about more houses will be more available and stuff. So that would bring the prices even down, I would think, in the market because with more inventory, pricing usually comes down. So that maybe there would be more opportunity that way for people to invest or buy their first homes that aren't going to be overly priced. And it just all depends on what goes on too with the interest rates. Those really make a big difference when you look at a mortgage and what's owed on a house and then refinancing. It's like, wow, there's, these mortgages, like you were saying, the 2 and 3% interest rates, you can buy the same house at that same price, but now at 6%, you're over $1,000 more a month, Yeah. It's like, So, So spreading it out over 50 years, like Monique was saying, there's definitely an advantage for people to be able to get into their homes more. And I guess if it was a 50-year and you still had it locked in, it was a better rate, then and you could take it with you. I guess that would definitely unlock properties from being so restricted.
Yeah. Or even, even taking your existing mortgage, so like this house, I have a 2.75 rate.
Nice. Yeah.
And like, if I could take that mortgage with me and buy the next property.
Yeah. Especially if you're living in them while you're living in it, you got a low payment, you're fixing it up, and then you can keep upscaling too in that process. So
exactly. But when I sell the house, it's it's done. That rate's gone.
Mhm.
Darn it.
Right.
I like this rate. You know what I mean?
We do know through history the rates go up and they go down. So we do know
but
they're going to go down eventually.
They're not going down to 2% again.
No.
Oh, one day. We can't. I mean,
I don't know.
Maybe not soon.
Okay.
But one day they may go back down to 2, and it'll be interesting to see when that happens. And
the next apocalypse. Yep, got
it.
I'm just teasing you. Yeah, no, you're probably right. I just feel like during COVID they were artificially low, and like the government artificially made that happen. And so I think that I don't foresee that ever happen. I do think they'll get back into the 4, maybe even the upper 3s. I don't know that we're going to see 2 again. Maybe. I think we would need to have another major crisis happen for that to happen. I don't know.
Yeah, where nobody's buying anything because something major is going on. Yeah,
right.
That could happen, but I think people are more going through COVID. I think people opened a lot of eyes to like, do I trust what's really going on out there nowadays, and stuff. And then with
another episode,
but yeah, so if I just thought myself, I'm like, I will probably never see 2% interest rates again in my lifetime coming from the banks. But I mean, that's why we do sub-2 deals and stuff to get those, to help people out of a bad situation and get a house that is affordable, to make affordable housing for people. So, I mean, it does help with that, but you don't know. We can't predict the future. Nobody can. So, but I think Monique's right that, I think they're going to come down. I bet they come down to like in the 4s at least. So
I do agree there. I'm pretty sure at some point we'll see 4 again.
Yeah.
So. Well, ladies, it's Thanksgiving, or it will be when this airs. Is there anything else you want to talk about, or shall we let our audience go?
I think, I'm just thankful for you guys, and I think we'll be back next week.
Next week we have Heather Irving coming on. Heather Irving is a sub-2 student. She's a sub-2 leader in this area. She has been an agent for a long time, and she focuses on co-living. She's got a huge co-living operation here. She's got multiple co-living houses here, and she's literally down the road from me. She's a great girl. I'm really excited to have her on.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
It's always fun to meet new people in our sub-2 community. I don't think I've met her yet, so I'm looking forward to it. Have you met her, Monique?
She does not sound familiar, so now we will see her everywhere.
Yeah, right.
Like
all
car,
of a sudden,
right?
it'll be like, oh, her.
Yeah.
She'll pop up on our feed as soon as we get off of here.
You know it. Because the algorithm is ever listening.
We just gotta think it and it comes alive.
Right? Yep, exactly. So,
all right, ladies.
Well,
happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving to you both.
Happy Thanksgiving, and I hope everybody has a blessed week and Friday, the sales that are going to the Black Friday. Good luck. And
I do not go out in that. I do not go out in that.
No, but you know what? They got it online now all over, so it's
I know. Too. Yeah, which is easier. I'd rather do that. Thing. Yeah.
I'm actually manning a booth for my honey business that I work with and for my friend Amanda, and so we will be at the Virginia Beach Convention Center all weekend long. They do Friday, Saturday, Sunday Christmas market thing. So I will not be fielding Black Friday crowds myself. I will be selling to the Black Friday crowds, which is better. I'm standing still, the crowds will circle around me.
Yeah, if you're not making money, you're usually spending it. So
right, I'd rather be making it.
All right, ladies.
All right. Thank you so
much.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.